I will speak in Spanish.
Muy bien.
Ok, buenas tardes y muchas gracias por atender a todos los que estáis o a los que estáis viendo esto ya grabado. Y bueno, aquí tengo a mi compañero Pablo que me está grabando. No sé si aparecerá. Bueno, me presento. Mi nombre es José Medín, soy el director de Educoway. Educoway es una agencia de orientación vocacional. Llevamos, pues ahora en febrero va a ser nuestro aniversario, 7 años trabajando y ayudando a los estudiantes. Entonces lo que hacemos es pues, ayudar en la orientación vocacional en base a las necesidades de cada uno y las habilidades y la personalidad y los conocimientos y las skills, etcétera, pues buscamos las mejores opciones, las mejores carreras que se adaptan a ellos. Hacer un buen match, básicamente. Y aparte de eso, pues nos encargamos de todo. También hacemos el proceso documental, las matrículas, el alojamiento. Trabajamos con todo Europa, pero Holanda podemos decir que es el principal destino, ¿vale? Y nada, vamos a traer una fantástica universidad de la mano de Nadia y la prestigiosa alumna Rafaela. Y poco más, os voy a dejar con ellas. Lo que vamos a hacer ahora es, nos iban a poner un vídeo que es increíble, que se ve el campus, un campus con más de 30.000 estudiantes, unas instalaciones bárbaras porque he fusionado con otra de las universidades. Utrecht es una de las principales ciudades de Holanda, y un perfil de estudiantes bárbaro. Creo que en la presentación o en el vídeo aparecen más de 100 nacionalidades, pensarlo bien, ¿eh? No hay 200 en el mundo, más de la mitad de todo el mundo, es increíble y es una gran oportunidad por beneficios, condiciones, etcétera. Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es que ese vídeo, como va un poquito lento por el streaming, no por el YouTube ni por nada, sino porque Zoom va un poquito lento, os lo vamos a pasar al final con las preguntas, al final del webinar, porque si os lo doy ahora lo vais a ver, pues entonces al final. Y vamos a comenzar con una presentación que nos hará Nadia y Rafaela y después ir pensando todas las preguntas que tengáis, irlas escribiendo en el chat que tenéis pues abajo, donde pone chatear, si alguien no lo conoce, y las iremos respondiendo una a una. Y os digo, preguntar todo lo que queráis, no solo a nivel educativo, el coste de la vida, no sé, cómo es la gente, alimentación, hobbies, lo que os guste. Así que si queréis, podéis comenzar y compartir la presentación. No sé si la compartes tú, Rafaela o Nadia.
Sí, yo la comparto ahorita.
Okay.
Estoy tratando de entender el Zoom. A ver, veamos, sí.
La haréis entre Nadia y tú, ¿verdad?
Sí. Llevo la primera parte, bueno, Nadia hace las 2 primeras slides y después veo, a ver, ahí está. ¿Se ve?
Sí. Ahora perfecto.
Sí. Bueno, Nadia. Ahora sí. ¿Empiezo yo, Nadia? Should I start?
Yeah, you better start, yes.
Okay, so welcome to the HU. Bienvenidos a la Universidad de Ciencias Aplicadas en Utrecht. Bueno, me presento yo primero y después paso a Nadia. Yo me llamo Rafaela. Estudio para ser maestra de inglés en la Universidad de Ciencias Aplicadas de Utrecht. Estoy en el 4º año de mis estudios, el último, hopefully. Y pues bueno, estoy súper emocionada de estar aquí. Nadia?
See, my name is Nadia van Haren, and I work for HU University in Utrecht for the Marketing Communication Department. And I'm responsible for international recruitment for all our international programs. And later on in this presentation, I'll tell you a lot more about our application procedures, but also practical matters like housing. So, but first I give the floor to Rafaela.
Yes. All right. So as Nadia said, we will see some things about the Netherlands, Utrecht, about our university, all the international programs, that are quite a lot, the student facilities and housing, and then the enrollment and the financial costs. Oh, I'm speaking in English.
En español.
Sí, es verdad, lo siento. Bueno, esa fue la tabla de contenidos. Ahora vámonos primero empecemos con algo de Holanda, ¿no? ¿Cómo es Holanda? Es un país, en mi caso, yo vengo de Perú, imagínense, está al otro lado del mundo. Era un país completamente desconocido. Y bueno, lo que yo había escuchado era que los holandeses eran súper altos, es verdad. Los holandeses son las personas más altas del mundo, estadísticamente. Yo me consideraba relativamente alta para ser peruana, mido 1,75 y vine aquí y pues me tocó mirarle la espalda a todo el mundo porque todos eran más grandes que yo. Los holandeses están entre las personas más felices del mundo, están en el top 5. Es un país muy divertido, entonces hay muchas cosas que hacer, la gente es alegre, es muy bonito. Hay 1180 molinos en Holanda. En la imagen vemos unos molinos súper altos, que son los molinos que dan energía eólica, energía que sale del aire. Y bueno, los pequeños son los molinos que todo el mundo conoce, ¿no? En Holanda, bueno, también se caracteriza porque tiene mucha energía sostenible. En Holanda hay más bicicletas que personas. Eso es verdad. El otro día estaba en un tour en Ámsterdam, bueno, hace algunos años, y me contó el guía que cuando a veces hacen limpieza de los canales y sacan las cosas que caen, pues, ¿no? Dios sabe qué cosa habrá ahí adentro. Y lo que más se saca de los canales son bicicletas, que la gente las estaciona y se caen, o hay tormentas y se caen por ahí, no sé. Me pareció muy gracioso. Y Holanda, los Países Bajos, the Netherlands, es el país más bajo en Europa. Yo vivía cuando llegué a Holanda en Breukelen, en un pueblo chiquito, y estaba, me parece, 50 centímetros bajo el nivel del mar, o algo así. Me parece increíble. Así que bueno, esas son cosas que la gente a veces sabe de Holanda, pues, ¿no? Algunas cosas interesantes. Hay 4 imágenes acá, bueno, 5 imágenes interesantes. Veamos primero la de arriba, la de la esquina de los 2 chicos en bici. Holanda es el país de las bicicletas. Si no sabes montar bici, aprendes. Y si no, vienes acá y te enseña cualquier persona. Es súper fácil, todo el mundo se mueve en bicicleta. Hay muchas maneras de conseguir bicis también, son baratas. Hay una empresa que se llama Swapfits, que puedes alquilar una bicicleta, digamos, mensualmente. Es súper barato para estudiantes también, es una bici en perfectas condiciones. Ahí ves a la gente chateando en la bicicleta. Eso no se puede hacer más. El otro día saqué mi teléfono para ver las direcciones y un señor me grita, ¡la multa son 90 €! Y yo me asusté, porque sí, ahora te ponen multas si estás chateando en la bici, pero igual la gente va en la bici todo el tiempo. Al costado vemos, me parece que es Rotterdam. En Holanda hay ciudades muy altas, muy grandes, llenas de edificios, y ciudades más pequeñas, más acogedoras como Utrecht, ¿no? En la parte de abajo vemos a la gente vestida de color naranja, y la bandera de Holanda no tiene nada de naranja. Entonces, ¿por qué Holanda siempre la vemos ahí como la naranja mecánica en el fútbol? En Holanda hay una familia real. La familia real es el príncipe Willem y la reina Máxima, y el apellido de la familia real es Van Oranje, entonces de naranja. Entonces, por eso los holandeses se identifican tanto con el color naranja. Entonces, esa es la festividad del King's Day, el Día del Rey. Es el cumpleaños del rey, que es el 27 de abril. Y es en Perú decimos un juergón, es una fiesta enorme en Holanda. Todo el mundo sale en la calle, no sé, es el día de la fiesta, ¿no? Y la gente a veces sale y vende sus cosas, entonces puedes comprar cosas de segunda mano. Es una festividad súper increíble. Es súper divertida y solamente holandesa. En la imagen del costado vemos a la reina Máxima ahí, que es una sensación porque es argentina. Entonces, cada vez que alguien viene de Latinoamérica, todo el mundo dice, Máxima, Máxima, porque es la reina Máxima. Y al costado vemos a Holanda, lindo, precioso, con el molino en la nieve. Ahora hay nieve en Holanda, ahorita. Si volteo mi compu, van a ver ahí por mi ventana nieve. Es simplemente un país increíble y Utrecht es tan lindo. ¿Por qué estudiar en Holanda? En Holanda tienen excelente educación innovadora. Siempre están buscando maneras nuevas de enseñarte cosas y muy a la par con las cosas que hay en el mundo ahora. Siempre se preocupan de darte una educación de alta calidad. Holanda es muy, digamos, orgulloso acerca de su educación, y tiene razón, porque a mí me parece súper buena. Estamos enfocados en la práctica profesional. La Universidad de Ciencias Aplicadas es diferente a una universidad de investigación porque se preocupa más por el hecho práctico, ¿no? Siempre tienes así como un hands-on approach. Y por supuesto es una sociedad súper abierta, de una mentalidad muy abierta y de muchísimas culturas juntas. Y el 88% de los holandeses hablan inglés. Todo el mundo te habla inglés en el supermercado, en la tienda, en el lugar donde arreglan las bicis, en todas partes. Así que es muy fácil adaptarse. Acá tenemos el mundo. Yo vengo acá, de lejos, de Perú, hasta Europa. A ver, Holanda está en el centro de Europa, más o menos. Este es un lugar súper céntrico, ¿ok? El aeropuerto de Schiphol es uno de los que tiene más conexiones internacionales. Creo que es después de Heathrow o algo así. Pero es un aeropuerto súper concurrido. Entonces estás ya en un lugar súper céntrico en el mundo. Después pasamos a Holanda. Ahí está Holanda, todo chiquito, precioso. Y Utrecht está en el medio otra vez. Entonces, no solo estás en el medio del mundo, pero en el medio del país, ¿no? En Utrecht, la estación de tren en Utrecht es la estación más concurrida de Holanda también. Todo el mundo hace su conexión en Utrecht. Aparte que es una estación súper bonita y tiene un mall gigante, es la estación central, ¿no? Entonces, está cerca todo. Ahí vemos un poco más de Utrecht. Esta torre que está aquí, ¿para qué les voy a mentir? Está tapada ahorita, pero igual se ve hermosa. La van a abrir muy pronto cuando esté renovada. Es el Dom, es la torre del Dom, está en el centro. Estaba antes conectada con la iglesia, pero hace un montón de años se derrumbó el puente por un tornado. Eso lo aprendí cuando fui en el tour a la iglesia del Dom. Muchas cosas que hacer, súper linda. Cada vez que hay un poquito de sol, los holandeses salen a las terrazas y se toman una cerveza, un café, un jugo, lo que sea afuera. Les encanta el sol, porque no hay mucho sol, pero cuando sale, pucha, toda la gente está súper emocionada. Y abajo, una foto clásica de Utrecht. Utrecht se ve hermoso de noche, de día, con las luces prendidas, iluminan de diferentes colores. Es súper, súper lindo, súper tranquila la ciudad, pero a la vez hay muchísimas cosas para hacer. Como les dije, Utrecht está en el corazón de Holanda. De acuerdo a la BBC, es uno de los lugares más felices del mundo. Y de acuerdo al Times, es una de las top ciudades estudiantiles en el mundo. Hay muchísimos estudiantes. Hay aproximadamente 311.000 habitantes y son 70.000 estudiantes. Es muchísima, es una población muy joven, hay muchísimas cosas que hacer. Y, por supuesto, los canales. Yo le digo a Utrecht el Ámsterdam chiquito. Es el Ámsterdam sin tantos turistas y sin tanta juerga en la calle. Entonces, Utrecht es como un Ámsterdam con todas las cosas bonitas de Ámsterdam chiquito. En Utrecht, como más gezellig, le dicen en holandés, como cozy, como acogedor, lindo. Entonces, ahí está Utrecht, que es tan lindo. Pasamos a el HU, a la universidad. Es la cuarta universidad más grande de Holanda y es parte del campus en el Science Park. Como ya nos dijo José, este es parte de un campus enorme, súper lindo, lleno de edificios alucinantes. Es el campus más grande de Holanda. Tiene 38.000 estudiantes de 100 nacionalidades diferentes. Todo el tiempo escuchas a la gente hablar inglés porque hay siempre gente de todo el mundo. Hay 75 programas de Bachelor y 27 programas de Master. Y es la universidad más sostenible de ciencias aplicadas en Holanda. Hay un edificio, que es el de Heidelbergland, que le dicen el edificio de Harry Potter, porque si ves hacia arriba es como si fuera un hueco así gigante y tiene como las escaleras cruzadas, como las de Harry Potter, esas que se mueven. Obviamente las de ahí no se mueven porque todavía no hemos llegado a ese nivel, pero está súper interesante, súper chévere. Y hay diferentes cafés en cada edificio, entonces puedes ir a probar los diferentes cafés, súper chévere. ¿Por qué estudiar en la Universidad de Utrecht? En el HU. Tiene un campus súper moderno, es una educación muy práctica, como te dije, es la diferencia entre una educación de una universidad de research. Y la experiencia de trabajo es parte del estudio. Yo desde que estoy en el año 1 de estudio, en el primer año, tengo una práctica, una pasantía, un internship. Eso significa que yo salgo de mi carrera con 4 años de experiencia. Estimulamos el talento. Ciertos cursos tienen la oportunidad de sacar una estrella en tu diploma, ¿no? Entonces puedes hacer un trabajo extra o un trabajo extra o un trabajo especial y te dan una estrella en el diploma. Es el programa de honor. Hay programas de intercambio con universidades en todo el mundo. Las clases son súper internacionales y los profesores, que son lo máximo, son también de todo el mundo. El 88% de los graduados encuentra un trabajo en una ventana de 1 año. Entonces, depende también de la carrera que escojas. Yo estudio educación, hay una falta de profesores en Holanda, así que es muy probable que yo consiga trabajo apenas salga o antes. Ahora, programas internacionales. Tenemos los programas de Bachelor de International Business, negocios internacionales, negocios creativos y educación en inglés, en alemán, en español y en francés. Hay algunos programas de másters y otros programas que también se pueden investigar. Ahora, yo empiezo con el programa de educación en inglés, que es mi programa, y después Nadia les cuenta un poco de los demás. El programa de educación en inglés, de educación en inglés en mi caso, es un programa de 4 años. Hay también la oportunidad de hacer un doble grado. ¿Qué es el doble grado? Significa que haces 2 carreras en 5 años. ¿Cómo hacen esto? Te explico un poco para que no te quedes ahí como, oh my God, ¿cómo están haciendo esto? Nosotros tenemos cursos del idioma que vas a enseñar, porque por supuesto una persona que enseña el idioma tiene que tener un buen nivel, ¿no? Y también hay programas de, cursos de pedagogía, de metodología, de cómo enseñar. Entonces, los cursos de cómo enseñar son iguales para los idiomas, ¿no? Porque la adquisición de un idioma secundario, de un segundo idioma, es relativamente igual. Entonces, los cursos de educación, digamos, son compartidos, entonces haces solamente una vez. Y si quieres hacer más idiomas, por ejemplo, 2 idiomas, haces los cursos de los idiomas por separado. Entonces, en 5 años sales con 2 diplomas, digamos. Entonces, es súper interesante. Yo empecé haciendo el programa de inglés y alemán, porque hablaba un poco de alemán, pero luego me di cuenta que mi alemán no era muy bueno, así que lo decidí dejar, porque cuando yo entré a la universidad todavía no había el programa de alemán ni de español, si no hubiera hecho el de español. Conozco mucha gente que estudia el de español ahora y también están súper contentos. Como les dije, tienes una pasantía o prácticas desde el primer año. No les voy a vender algo de mentira, así que, encontrar una pasantía no es algo muy fácil, pero los profesores y todas las personas te ayudan muchísimo a conseguirlo y se puede, porque toda la gente que conozco tiene una pasantía. Sí tienes ahí que presionar a los colegios, pero es súper rewarding, siempre te dan, ganas muchísimo con esa experiencia. Y empiezas el primer año, así que, por ejemplo, yo tengo ya 3 años de experiencia en escuelas holandesas. Y bueno, ¿dónde podemos enseñar? Holanda tiene un sistema educativo un poco complicado, pero por supuesto ya si estudias esto lo vas a aprender. Y podemos enseñar en los 3 primeros años de escuela secundaria. Es el onderbouw. Pero yo, por ejemplo, si regreso a Perú, puedo enseñar ahí en todos los niveles de secundaria. Y bueno, los cursos que ya te conté, hay cursos de metodología, de didáctica, cursos de lingüística para que seas un máster en el idioma que quieras enseñar, cursos de adquisición de segunda lengua y cursos de literatura, que son súper divertidos. Y eso fue todo por el programa de Teacher Education. Nadia.
Yes, can you go to the next slide? Yes, yeah. Thank you. And can you see me on the screen now when I'm talking?
I can see you because I'm sharing the screen, but yeah, I don't know if the rest can see.
No, we can see you, we can see you.
Okay, great. Super. So sorry, I continue in English because I speak a little Spanish, but it's not good enough. So I don't want to embarrass myself. So, but anyway, if you come study in one of our international programs, we expect you to speak quite good English, of course. So I hope you'll be able to understand me. If not, just let me know. Then I talk a little bit slower. But yeah, let's continue with our international business program. Actually, we have 2 possibilities if you're interested in this program. You can do the normal program in 4 years, or you can do the 3-year fast-track program. And actually, this is the same program. You get the same amount of courses, and you also do the same internships, but you do it in more condensed. So you have to study a little bit harder because you will get more courses at the same time. But there are some advantages because, well, it saves you 1 year fee, of course, but also there's a selection procedure if you want to do the fast track. And this is really only for really, ambitious students. So if you are an ambitious student as well, then probably you're going to like it because you will be in a class full of all these very ambitious students. But if you like to have some fun as well during your studies, then I would say then it's better to do the more regular program. So you have some more free time as well. And then I think what's also nice in this program, of course, you get a lot of business courses, but you also have the possibility to do a language track during the program. And you can choose between French, German, Spanish, or Dutch. And this can be really handy if you want to work into international companies. It's always good if you speak more languages than only English or Spanish, probably. So this can be very useful as well. And I think, well, there are many universities, of course, who have this program. But at HU University, we're really strong on sustainable business, because we feel sustainability is really the future, and it should be really in focus for all people who want to work in business. So this is a really strong area in our courses. And also what's very typical, and you should be really ready for this, but it's very practical based, and meaning that you work a lot in, for example, for real assignments for real companies. So real life business projects, because this way you actually really learn how it's like when you start working. For example, sometimes it also happens that a company gives our students an assignment. For example, we had Nike, and they want to launch a new product in Korea, and they asked our students to make a marketing plan for their product. And actually the students have to work in teams with 5 students together. And they had, so you also learn how to work in a team. And then they had to present their plan to the company, to Nike. And this can be scary maybe, but I think it's really good though, because you get feedback from companies, and you really know how it's like once you start working. So we want you just to be ready, ready for your future job. So in this program, you can see some typical courses here in the slide, like business administration or marketing, but also lean startup. This means that we will learn you how you can launch your own company, or you launch your own business. And and once you're graduated, you can work anywhere in the world. Most students end up in international companies, but it can be in the Netherlands, but can be somewhere else as well. Can you continue to the next slide? Yes. So then we also have creative business, but this is not a normal business program. Maybe the name is a little bit confusing, but this program is more about marketing, media, and a little business innovation. And it's really focusing on the creative industries. So industries like, for example, radio, movies, TV, public relations, but also gaming or fashion. So it's really aiming at this kind of industries. And so there's a lot of focus on creative thinking, for example. But also you learn the basics about marketing or media, for example. And this is a really popular program, a very international program. I think we have more than 50% international students in the classes, so this is really nice. And also, I forgot about to say that in the other slide. But in this program, we have 1 internship involved, and in international business, you will do 2 internships. So you will already do 1 in your 2nd year. And here it's only 1 internship, but also there's a strong practical focus. So you will also work a lot on assignments for companies, for example. So here you also be really prepared for your future jobs. But in this industry, the job changes really quickly. If you think, for example, about social media, it can be a complete different world in 4 years. So here you can see some examples of jobs that our students end up, but it can be totally different once you will be graduating. But the curriculum is constantly changing, updated, so it's really always very up to date. And I think this is really a strong point from this program. And here you can see some courses as well that are typical from this program. Also intercultural communication, digital media design, also branding, advanced marketing, and so on. Okay, yes. And then, so these were our international bachelor programs. I'm not sure if some of you are also interested in the masters, but you can ask us later, because I think most of you will be interested in the bachelors. So then I'll tell you a little bit more about what we offer for student facilities and activities. When you arrive in the Netherlands, we start with an introduction day for all new students. And it is really important to attend because, yeah, we tell you anything that is important to know before you start your studies, but you will also meet your classmates. And there are also some programs that offer introduction camps, like you can see in this picture. So that's even nicer because you will have some days to actually meet your other study mates. Also, every student get a study career coach. This coach is really important because this is the person you can go to if you are facing any problems in your study. But also, if you like, we can also help you to connect with a buddy student. And this is an older student in the same program who can be, yeah, your friend for the first 100 days and help you with anything. For example, if you don't know how to buy a bike, this is an example, the buddy students can help you with that. So we just want you to feel comfortable, you know, in the first days, because maybe you feel a little bit lost in the beginning. And then also, a lot of programs have their own student associations, and they organize excursions, guest lectures, but also parties. So this is also something that you can join. And also in the city of Utrecht, we have the Erasmus Student Network that you can also join, and then you even meet more students from other universities as well. And yeah, our international office, I would like to mention that as well, because once you start to apply for our university, the international office will be your main contact person, the place to go to, and they help you with anything from the application procedure, but also anything else that you need to arrange. And yeah, also something I would mention, because if you are into sports, then we have a really nice sports center at the campus. They have more than 200 sports, so I'm sure there's something for you. And you get a discount as a student there, so it's also interesting to know. And if you like to have fun, you just go out in the city and there will be enough cafes and restaurants and festivals for you. Well, not now with Corona, by the way, but once Corona has gone, then
we'll come back.
Yeah, it will be more fun again.
Oh,
yes. Yes, and then I want to tell a little bit about student housing, because, well, I know a lot of you probably have questions about this. If you already think about moving to the Netherlands, of course, your room is something really important that you want to be secure of. So, well, I have good news and bad news about this. Maybe I should start with the bad news, but the bad news is that it's not easy to find housing in Utrecht, because it's a very popular student city and there are many, many students looking for a room. And if you're not living in the Netherlands, it can be a little bit harder even to find something. But the good news is we reserve rooms for the first year for students that apply with Educoway. So if you apply to them, we can reserve a room for you for the first year, and it's from SSH, short stay housing. You can see an example here in the picture. They have really nice housing accommodations on campus, but can be also in other locations in the city. And it really depends on, yeah, if you prefer to live more in the city center or maybe right on campus. This building is actually just 2 minutes from the faculty next to it. So if you like to sleep late, then this could be really something for you maybe. And also what's nice about SSH is that they have furniture already, so you don't have to worry about buying that. And the fees are included with everything, so also cleaning costs, for example, or Wi-Fi. So everything is there. The fees in the Netherlands, yeah, they're not that cheap, I should say, but It really depends on how much space you want or luxury you want. But you always get your own room, so you don't have to share it. You always get your own room and you just share the kitchen and the bathroom. So yeah, and some students prefer to look for their own room, which is also possible. On our website, you can find many other websites where you can look for rooms. Yeah, but let's not go over there. But also our international office can help you if you want to look for something yourself. Okay. Yeah, and then enrollment. So if you're interested in applying for one of the bachelors, then there are some entry requirements, of course. First of all, we need to see your high school diploma, which gives entrance to higher education. But also we need to see a proof of your English level. So you can choose between the IELTS or the TOEFL test. So for IELTS, you will need a score of 6.0. Most students do the IELTS test, by the way. And also, this is obliged for all programs, but you will be invited for the program selection check. And that's basically an online form that you need to fill in. And this is not like an exam, but this is more to test your motivation. So we just want to see if you really thought about this, and if you chose the right program that really fits your interests. So this is also more a check for you as well, but also a check for us to see, yeah, this student is really for the right program. So, and this is applied, and once you've received the invitation, you have 1 month to fill it in. So please don't forget this, otherwise your enrollment will be cancelled. So you don't want to happen that. And then for students from Spain, the final deadline is the 1st of August, but I recommend to apply earlier, so you will have enough time to arrange everything. And also, yeah, if you want to have a room from SSH housing, you really should apply before the 1st of April, May, I would say. Otherwise, yeah, all the rooms will be gone.
Yeah.
So if you start looking for a room in August, then it's really too late. So just to warn you,
Yeah.
if you apply a bit earlier, it's much better. And you don't have that much stress. Yeah, and about the fees. Well, because you're from Europe, the fees are actually not that high. So basically, you will pay about €2,000 per year. And for the first year, it's only the half of it, so only 1,000. So yeah, it's not that much. And yeah, of course, you need some money as well for the normal living costs. But yeah, also what you can do is apply for study finance from the Dutch government. There are some rules though that you need to apply to. For example, one of them is that you will need to have a side job. And I think it's about, you will have to work for 56 hours per month. So yeah, a lot of students do it, it is possible, but maybe for the first year, it's better to have some extra finances. So you don't have to worry about finding a job right away. But yeah, a lot of students do it. But also it's possible to find a side job and earn some extra money. A lot of students in Utrecht find jobs in cafes or supermarkets.
It's really
Even
easy to find a job.
Sorry?
It's really easy to find a job. There's many things that we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you don't even have to speak Dutch.
No.
If you no, so it is easy and it's doable, and it is affordable this way. And then yeah, the other fees that you see here is for students from outside Europe, so it's much higher. So you guys are lucky.
Yes.
So I think this was it, right? The next slide.
Yes.
Yeah. So here you can see our website, where you also can find more information about how to apply, but also about housing, like I mentioned. We have some really nice videos that you can watch. Unfortunately, we couldn't show it here because we noticed that it wasn't working with the connection.
Yeah.
But please go to our site and you can watch the videos. Each program has a video. And we also have an Instagram page that you can join. And well, I hope you liked the presentation, and we also hope that we can help you now with all your questions. You can ask us anything.
Yes, please.
Rafaela or me.
Yeah.
So let me go to the chats.
I'm willing to go first.
Yes.
So for housing, is there no like halls of residence?
Just 1 second for all of you guys. You can take it out, the presentation you want. But for
Okay.
all of you, the questions, thank you all for the question, but for the rest of you, if you are so kind, please write the question here in the chat, and we will take it one by one. But we start with your question. So, could you say again?
Yeah, I didn't got that exactly. Something about
Yeah,
housing.
well, so, well, I've studied in the UK for my bachelor's, and I'm thinking about doing a master's. And so in the UK, there's something called like halls of residence, which is like housing owned by the uni, and you're able to live there. Is that not something at Utrecht?
No, unfortunately, we don't own our own housing. We only have this agreement with Student Housing Corporation, and they have housing right next on the campus, but we don't own our own housing. No.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joel. We have a question here from Carmen, I think. Is there a chance? Okay, go ahead, please.
If there's a chance to take more than one language, but for which program do you mean? Are you talking about international business or teacher education?
Carmen.
Oh, for international business.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you have to choose one language, because otherwise it won't fit in the in the program, I think. But there are also other options. If you want to do a Dutch course, then you can also take an extra Dutch course that's not included in the program. So there are always options to learn more languages, of course.
Good question.
Yeah, for Cambridge, you need the Cambridge advanced level. So I'm not sure B2.
I think the B2 is, if you're talking about a Cambridge exam, do you have the CAE? Is that B2?
Yeah, exactly. B2 is equal to IELTS 6.0.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the one. I took an IELTS as well. Yeah.
It is okay. It is okay.
Cambridge
For us,
is also accepted. Yes.
Yeah, it's enough to be accepted.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charles. So I have a question for you, Rafaela.
Okay.
Because many of students, I think most of them, when they study abroad in Netherlands, they take part their studies in another country as an internship or Erasmus or another thing. Did you do that? And which countries, please?
Well, I already came from, should I say it in Spanish or not?
Yeah, as you want. It's much better, I think.
Okay. Bueno, yo ya vine desde bastante lejos, entonces mi experiencia internacional fue básicamente venir a Holanda. Pensé también por un momento hacer mi minor, que es como un subestudio dentro del estudio. Lo quería hacer en Denmark, pero por temas de tiempo y porque quería trabajar en el verano en otro lugar, al final no lo hice. Pero es muy fácil, la universidad te guía en todo el proceso y se aplica, y Erasmus siempre da también dinero a la gente que quiere viajar y de acuerdo al país en el que vas. Entonces, yo no lo hice, pero se puede hacer.
Thank you. We have another question for Charles.
Yes.
Is it really difficult to get admitted in the university? But I think we have another question before. Yeah, it's easier to apply through a StudyLink or directly through Utrecht. Always through a StudyLink, always. You can do directly or you can do with Educoway services. It's up to you. So we provide these services, we apply all universities for you, we prepare all documentation, counseling, we help you with accommodation, we put you in contact with another students that are already in Netherlands and with the new ones. So it's up to you, but directly always with a study link.
Yeah, study link is a website from the Dutch government, by the way. So
Yeah,
all applications, all universities use
that's
study
important.
link. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important to explain about that.
And is it difficult to get admitted? No, I don't think it's difficult because we don't have a number of fixes. So if more students apply, then we just make more classes. So the programs can they are really flexible. They can grow if they get more applications. But like I said, I think the most important is, of course, your motivation and your English level. Mm-hmm. And also you have to realize that we have a very interactive way of education in the Netherlands. So basically what I mean is you can't be lazy. So once you start studying here with us, we expect you to be really active in the classes and to participate in everything. So yeah, basically, no, it's not easy to get admitted, but you have to be motivated to survive, I mean, and to get through the study. But yeah, I think it's really doable though. But
can I add something, Nadia?
Yes.
Yeah, so in Peru, for example, to enter a university, you need to make a test. And the test is usually really difficult. And this is exactly what Nadia was talking about. I didn't need to make a test to enter the Dutch university. So for me, the admission process was quite easy. But once you come here, it's not like it's extremely difficult. I wouldn't say it's a hard level. I mean, I don't know. It depends on which education system you compare it to. But teachers are really understandable as well. I found that here, for example, mental health is giving a big priority as well. And if it's the university listens to a lot of the feedback from the students. So I belong to the VAC, that's a vakadvies committee. So every period we get together and we give feedback to the course. We say, hey, this assignment, no, or this assignment actually was really good. Teachers, you did a good job. Teachers, you should do this and this. So it, as Nadia said, it requires your motivation and it requires your input, but it also gives a lot. So it really understands your situation, and the teachers are really close. That's something that I didn't experience in universities in Peru. The teacher is here and the student is here, and here is a lot more balanced. Yeah, so that's something I really appreciated. You're welcome.
Also, talking about the teacher, mostly of them, we can say they're professional, isn't it?
Yeah. They're really knowledgeable. They're always there for you. We call them by their first name. They're available. You have a mentor. So in the teacher education program, I have my mentor, and she helped me. The first year, I bombarded her with questions and what's this link and what's this, and she was always there helping. Teachers are extremely knowledgeable, so you know that they know what they're teaching you, and they're also really nice, which is something that is quite difficult to find. But here they're really, really lovely.
Well, when I say professional, I wanted to say they have a lot of experience in the real companies.
Oh, yeah, especially for Rafael is from teacher education, so maybe that's a bit different. But if you look, for example, at international business, yeah, it's true. A lot of the teachers come from professional companies, or they even still have their own companies. It happens a lot that they use their own company in assignments. But I think for students, this is great because they are already with one foot in the professional world. So I think it's a big difference, because if you look at research universities, it's all about theory, and you still have the students have no clue how it will work once they start working. So I think that's great from our university. Yes, you feel prepared for your job. Yeah.
So then he's asking about the requirements about the master programs.
That's really depends which master program. Of course, you need your bachelor degree. But yeah, and which program are you interested in? Can you let us know?
Business.
Okay, yes, we don't, at this moment, we don't have a master program in business, unfortunately. How many internships are you able to do in international business, international bachelor? Yeah, that depends per program. For international business, you do 2 internships. For creative business, it's 1. And for teacher education, actually, your internships already start in the first year.
Yeah.
So your whole program is an internship almost. But it
Yeah,
will.
you start from the first year. Yeah, so I started with my internship when I was in my first year. So the first year is just basically observing a classroom. So you need to apply, contact the schools. Teachers, of course, help you. And then every year you change an internship. So ideally, you will have 4 internships of 4 years of experience in different schools at the end of your studies.
That's amazing. You're a professional.
Yeah. Yeah, now actually at my last internship year, I'm in charge of 2 classes. So I'm technically a full-on going teacher. And I was hired by the school to become a mentor, una tutora, which is a one-on-one guidance for the students. So yeah, I have many friends also who have been hired already by schools. So in their 4th year of education, they're already working as well.
Also students for the high school?
Yes. Students from to teach in high schools. Yeah, so so we're hired by the high schools. There's a lack of teachers in the Netherlands. Yeah, so it's quite easy to find a job.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So we have services in Educoway, and we offer how can I explain, high school abroad. Okay. And we started last year, 2 years ago, and we have 1 student in Netherlands, Spanish student, so for a whole year. So that's brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah, it's quite new, the services, but that's good.
It's a different education system as well. It's really different than the one in Peru, at least. It's quite full of skills.
Also,
yeah.
Sorry, one thing about Netherlands, that's really good. You are the first country in the world, the best English level for non-native people, isn't it?
Yes, almost everybody speaks some English in the Netherlands. So it's if you want to try to learn Dutch, then you will notice that everybody in Holland wants to speak English with you, or Spanish even, because we like to show off with our languages. I think.
Yeah.
But it is really easy. I mean, the bakery or the bus driver, they all will speak some English, so it's really easy to get around there. Yes, and you find many nationalities in the Netherlands, especially in the cities like Amsterdam, but also Utrecht. You find a lot of international students. Actually, also a lot of students from Spain are coming to Holland. So
yeah.
Yes.
For sure. Sal is asking about the other universities, the internship is in the last year. It just depends which universities, or depends with kind of programs. So that depends. Sometimes it's in the 3rd semester, in the 2nd, in all years, like Rafaela. So it depends.
Yes. I forgot to mention something, but maybe this is important to tell you, because right now we're in the COVID-19 situation, the corona, and that means that at some points the universities were closed. Like right now we're in a lockdown again in the Netherlands, but then everything is switched to online classes, so the students can do their classes from their homes. And once it goes a little bit better, then we start with giving classes on location again, but then in small groups. So we always make sure that everybody is safe. And so yeah, we do everything we can. And also maybe this is just in case I mentioned it, but last September not all students were able to travel to the Netherlands. So then we were very flexible. We said, look, you can just stay in your own country. You can start your classes from there online. And then you can travel to the Netherlands later on. So if something is still not going really well in September, then probably we offer the same possibility. So you really don't have to worry if you think like, oh my God, I cannot fly or go to the Netherlands at this moment. Don't worry. Like you won't miss out anything with the online classes.
Yeah, another question about the, I think it's the tuition fee. Our, payments. So it's about tuition fee, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you can choose. You can pay the whole fee in one time, or you can pay it in installments. So after your application, once you will get an email from us and we ask you which option you prefer.
Yeah. I have one more question for you. How many partners do you have, university partners?
Oh, many. You mean for the exchange programs?
Yes.
Yes, we have more than 200 partner universities all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah, especially creative business and international business. They have a lot of partners. And yeah, we can go, I can all name them, but it's really, it's anywhere. Mexico or Japan or Russia.
And how difficult or easy is to be accepted or to do an interchange program?
Yes, well, of course, some partners are more popular than others. So yeah, you have to be lucky sometimes, but yeah, there are so many options. I think everybody can find a nice university to go to. And for Dutch students, it's obliged to go abroad, but the international students that come to the Netherlands, they can also choose a university partner in the Netherlands. So you can also go to Leiden or Rotterdam for your exchange. But I think it's nicer though to go abroad to another university.
So I think this is all the questions. So I want to say thank you very much for your time, for your really nice presentation. We have to add the link for the video. That's so important. Yes. It's amazing video. Let me 1 second copy the link. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I think is there. Do you have the link?
I have to look it up. I don't have it ready.
Oh, I can.
If people go to our website, it was in the presentation, the link.
Yeah,
also on the homepage you can see the campus movie.
Yeah. La página web de la universidad es súper completa. Sí, está en YouTube el video. Hay videos para cada programa. Hay un video de un tour del campus, hay video de experiencias. La página web internacional es súper user-friendly, así que ahí se encuentra todo. Yo solita desde Perú, con la página internacional, hice todo.
I think I have it. Yeah.
This is the link from my site.
There you go. Click guys in the video because it's really nice. So thank you again, Nadia. Thank you again, Rafaela. It was amazing. Yeah. Really nice presentation. You represent a really nice environment. Dutch environment. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, from our homes.
Sí.
And here you have your house, so every time you want to stay here, please let me know.
Good.
But thank you everybody for listening to us.
Yes.
And yeah, if you have a final question, just let us know right now. Otherwise, you can always contact us. I will type down the email from our international office as well.
Yes.
Or you can always contact Educoway, of course. They can also help you with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. Y ahí alguien dijo dankjewel. Muy bien, empezando con el holandés.
Okay. Thank you again and good luck.
Thank you, José.
Adiós.
Okay.
Bye
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Chao, gusto conocerte, José. Adiós.
Igualmente.